Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. So as I was saying, we're going to be recording this session. Hopefully, yes, the recording has started. Great, great, great. So all I need from you guys now, all I need from you guys, so that you're able to get the recording, is for you to fill out the attendance form. All right. An attendance form is currently being shared in the chat box. So if you take a look at the chat box, you're going to see a link being sent by my colleague. Click on that link, fill out your attendance, and then we'll use the details in the attendance to send the recording to people that attended the session. All right, great. So I think we've covered the ground basics. I don't want to call it ground rules because there are no rules, but the basics that you need to know for us to have a seamless and smooth ride tonight. So tonight I really want to, zone in on your first 90 days. Um, Over the years, I've come to realize that in your journey to tech, your first 90 days is very crucial. All right. Very crucial. A lot of us missed out on it. All right. And we started realizing how important your first 90 days are in your journey to tech when we, got in and we had to learn the hard way. And hopefully, because you guys are on the session tonight, you don't have to repeat the same mistake that we made. All right. So your first 90 days, what do you master in the first 90 days? What do you ignore? And what are the things that you need to delegate? All right. And if you're meeting Nebient Analytics or you're hearing about Nebient Analytics for the first time, I welcome you to Nebient Analytics. All right. We are not just an ed tech company like you can see on my slide. We are on a movement to helping Africans, all right, unlock the vast potential of Africa's brightest minds and guiding them into thriving tech careers. All right, this is our core vision, to see that Africans are well represented in the global tech front. And we do that by training you in the most relevant and in-demand tech skills. But not just that, because that alone will not help us achieve our goal. To ensure that we achieve our goal of helping Africa's brightest mind unlock their full potential, we also equip you with employability skills and strategies, because we believe strongly that if you don't have one and you have only one, you are only halfway down the road. So not only do we equip you with the skills that you need, we also empower you with the right employability skills and strategies. We've been doing this for about 2 years now, and in under 2 years, we've been able to help hundreds of Africans make the switch into tech. All right. So if you're also looking to start your journey in tech, regardless of whether you're a beginner or you already have some level of knowledge, but you're looking to step up your game, Nebient Analytics is where your journey starts. And we are so happy to have everybody on the course. So for our roadmap tonight, what are we going to be discussing? We're going to start by taking a close look at your 3 months roadmap to landing your first tech job. Your first 3 months, very, very important. So we'll look at a roadmap that we've been using to help a lot of Africans break into tech. We'll take a look at what that roadmap looks like, and then we'll then talk about how you can follow in the footsteps of others who have used this roadmap to land their first job. All right. We have quite a lot of people, Africans especially, who have adopted this 90-day roadmap to land their first job. And we're going to take a look at how you on this call can follow in the footsteps of these people, all right, and how you can achieve the same results that they achieved. And then I'll share a special announcement with you at the end of the session, and then we can have some question and answer where you get to ask me anything and I answer you to the best of my ability. Does this sound good, guys? If this sounds good and we are ready to dive in, please just react with any of your favorite reaction icon or button, and then I know that we are all ready to go. So if this sounds good and we are ready to go, can I see your reaction, guys? Can I see your reactions if we are good to go? I'm not sure if I am audible. Guys, can you hear me? Let me check my screen. Let me check what's going on. Still audible. Oh, great, great. I'm still on the call. I got scared for a second there. All right, I guess there's a bit of delay with my network. All right, guys, so let's go straight into it. Let's go straight into it. Now, before we start, all right, I want to understand my audience so that I know how to drive these sessions. All right. So you know, I've broken us down into two groups, and I want us to do a bit of introspection. All right. Let's be truthful and honest with ourselves. Take a look at my screen. Where do you belong right now? Team one or team two, where do you belong? Team one, I want to break into tech. I just don't know how. Is that where you belong? Or team two, well, there's no point trying to learn tech as I've heard that AI is taking all the tech jobs right now. So, where are you? Type that in the chat. If you belong to team one, type team one. If you belong to team two, type team two. Team one is you want to break into tech, you just don't know how. You are naturally just curious, and that's why you are on this session. Team two, you're indifferent. You're indifferent, rather. You are not even sure whether it's worth your while because you think AI is taking all the tech jobs right now. So where do you belong? Please type that in the chat so that I understand you better and I'm able to give you the right guidance. I'm able to give you the right guidance based on where you belong. So from the look of things, majority of us belong to team one. In fact, from the look of things right now, all of us belong to team one. And that is fantastic. I'm super happy because I would be able to help you understand how to navigate your journey. All right. That is very exciting. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, even though it's not obvious. The reality is that people are actually landing jobs in tech. Everyday people like you and I are breaking into tech every day. And the reason for that is that the demand for tech professionals as against misguided belief. The demand for tech professionals are constantly on the rise. Why? Businesses are springing up every day. New businesses are springing up every day. And these businesses need technology to power them. And what that directly or indirectly imply is that they need tech professionals to power the technology that powers the business. So if you have ever thought that getting a job in tech is a far cry, well, the truth of the matter is you are not 100% correct because people are landing jobs in tech every day. The only difference is these people are doing things maybe a little bit differently. And what you need to do is you need to know how to start your own journey strategically. A lot of us are navigating our tech journey based on what we think, but there is a way to it. And this way is what I want to show you tonight. I would have maybe taken you to LinkedIn. All right. How many of you are on LinkedIn? If you're on LinkedIn, please give me a thumbs up. If you have a LinkedIn account and you are active on LinkedIn, you check your LinkedIn, maybe not every day, but at least once in a while, you at least go on LinkedIn to see what's going on. Give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Let me see you. You are on LinkedIn. You see people's feeds on LinkedIn every day, or maybe not every day, at least once in a while. Great. I'm sure that you would agree with me that any day you go on LinkedIn, there's always an I am thrilled to announce that I just started a role as this. I am happy to share that I just did this. I just started this role as this. I just started this role as that. I'm sure you see that every day. So the question that should be coming to your mind is, how are these people doing it? How are these people doing it? They're always sharing. How can you create an account? Don't worry, we'll probably, if we have time, we'll talk about that. It's very simple, very, very simple. So the point I'm trying to make right here is to get into tech, to break into tech, especially as an African, you need to start applying strategy. All right, you need to start applying strategy. You need to start navigating your tech journey strategically. All right. Now, what is the solution? Because we have worked with a lot of Africans, and when I say a lot of Africans, I mean a lot of Africans. As a matter of fact, in just 2 years, we've been able to interface with thousands of Africans, and we saw a pattern. All right, we saw a pattern that applies to 90 to 95% of these Africans that we interact with on a daily basis. And what is this pattern? The pattern is that a lot of people just know that they want to get into tech for reasons such as, in tech, I can do remote work. In tech, I can earn crazy amount of money. In tech, I have flexibility, and in tech, I have great work-life balance. That is all there is to it. If you ask somebody, why are you trying to get into tech? That is all they will tell you. They don't even know the right tech skills to learn, the right tech career paths to pursue, and how to even pursue this career path strategically. They just know they want the money, they want the flexibility, and they want the career satisfaction of being in tech. And that right there, guys, is the problem. If you try to get into tech because your friend is in tech, you might not be doing it the right way. And this is what we have seen apply to a lot of people. And we usually help them out of their situation by profiling this same solution that I'm about to profile to you. And what is this solution? It is very simple. Give yourself 90 days, that is 3 months, to learn and break into tech the right and strategic way. And you can see that I highlighted right and strategic. It's intentional. The reason for that is because to break into tech is just like medicine. It's just like any field, as a matter of fact. You cannot say, oh, today I feel like becoming a doctor, and you just try to navigate that journey haphazardly. It's going to end up in chaos, and you spend years and years and years without becoming a doctor. Why? Because in the medical profession, there is a way, there has been defined a way to become a doctor from a novice. There is a path that has been carved. Even though it is not out there, it is not explicitly stated, but we know as a conscious or subconscious rule that for you to become a doctor, you need to do this first before you do this next, before you do that next. So there is a roadmap. So every career, consciously or subconsciously, has a roadmap to navigating that career. But a lot of people try to get into tech without finding out what this roadmap is and how to navigate this roadmap the exact, which is the right way, and then the strategic way. So whenever we encounter people who chaotically, I don't know if that's a word, try to get into tech, we get them out of that misery by profiling this solution. We have a 90-day roadmap that we take these people through that gets them from novice to positioning them to land their first job. And what does this roadmap looks like? It is the Nebian's three-step framework for landing a high-paying tech job. For anybody looking to break into tech, to start working in tech, you need to pay rapt attention to this roadmap. And the dangerous thing about this roadmap is you cannot skip one. You have to be diligent enough to apply all three steps. And we will see why as we go on in the session. All right. So, what is the first step? You're trying to break into tech to land a high paying tech job. The first step is to equip yourself with a skill. I'm not going to lie to you. You cannot get a job in tech if you don't have a tech skill. I know this is a no-brainer. You have heard this before. But the problem with this is you don't just pick a skill to learn based on how you feel or based on what is trending online or based on what your friend is doing. You need to ask yourself three questions. This career path that I'm interested in, how easy is it to learn? How easy is it to transition into? And what is the salary projection for this career path? These three questions will guide you into picking the right career path. And the combination of these three things will help you to determine, oh, this is the right career path for me. Number one, it has to be easy to learn. Why? Because you are a beginner. You don't have any IT degree. You don't have any IT experience. So if you're getting into something new, it has to be easy to learn, something you can easily relate to. That is the first condition. It has to be easy to learn because the minute it becomes very difficult and cumbersome, guess what is going to happen? You are going to get frustrated and then you give up. And that is what happens to 90 to 95% of Africans when they are trying to break into tech. And I'm sure there are people on this call right now who have tried one particular tech skill before and you gave up. We listen, we don't judge. If you are one of such persons, give me a thumbs up. You have tried learning something in tech before, but at the end of the day you gave up. Give me a thumbs up. I want to be sure that I'm saying the right thing. Fantastic. You see why you gave up was because at some point it became overwhelming. That means that first condition had not been met. It was not something that was easy to learn. So number one, it has to be easy to learn. Number two, it has to be easy to transition into. It has to be a skill or a career path that you have the high opportunity to get a job in. Because let's be honest with ourselves, the reason why we are really trying to learn tech or get into tech, let's be honest with ourselves, is to make money. We are not some philosophia that really loves knowledge like that. Let's tell ourselves the truth. We are not interested in learning tech because we just love to learn stuff. If you give us the opportunity not to learn anything for the rest of our lives and money will just be coming in, will you not take it? I will take it. I don't know about you. If I have the opportunity to just be making money without learning anything, without doing anything, I will take it. So the truth of the matter is we are all learning these things so that we can use it to make money and better our lives. So that means that that thing we are trying to learn must also be easy to transition into. We must be able to get a job in it. Otherwise, there is no point. That is the second condition. The third condition is that it has to have great salary projections because I'm not trying to learn this thing and be making peanuts. All right. I won't stress myself to learn this and at the end of the day, I'm making 200,000 naira, I'm making 300,000 naira. It is not worth it, because I can even be a teacher in a secondary school and make 300,000 naira. All right. So if I have to go through the rigor of learning, relearning, unlearning, upskilling, and all of that, the salary projection for that thing that I'm learning has to be amazing. So if you ask yourself three questions, these three questions, the answers to those three questions will help you determine which skill to learn. All right. And based on the fact that we've interfaced with a lot of Africans, guys, we have been able to identify three career paths that meet these three conditions that I just highlighted to you guys. Three career paths that are easy to learn, that are easy to transition into, and has great salary projections. And this is where you want to start with. You want to start by learning in these three career paths, because they are high in demand and they don't require so much from you as a beginner. Now, this is not me saying you will not put in the work. No, you will put in the work, but the kind of work you put in when you do these three things compared to other career paths, it is easier compared to other career paths. And what are these three career paths that meet these conditions? Number one is data analytics. So if you're an African and you're a beginner in tech, you want to pick something like data analytics or data science. If you like to write, some level of code, if you like to do coding to a variable extent, you can also select data science or business analysis. You see these three career paths, they fulfill the three questions, the three conditions that I mentioned. They are all easy to learn, easy to transition, and their salary projection is amazing. And the reason, now this is where it gets interesting. The reason why you want to focus on these three career paths is because these three career paths will constantly be high in demand. I don't want to say to the end of the world, but right now, these are the three career paths that organizations will always need professionals in. And as a matter of fact, the World Economic Forums early in the year published a report that estimates that by 2030, the demand for data analysts, data scientists, data engineers, business intelligence analysts, business analysts, and other big data and database professionals will do what? Will grow by 30 to 35%. So they analyzed the demand for these professionals, and they found out, and they stopped at 2030, and they found out that from 2025 to 2030, there would always be an increase in demand in these professions, and the demand will increase by 30 to 35%. And what that simply means is, if you position yourself in any of these career paths, you are always going to be in demand. So it's not going to be a situation of you are learning something, but there are no jobs. There are always going to be jobs. Why? Because the demand for these professionals is projected to increase by 30 to 35%, even up until 2030. So, guys, as an African, as a beginner, this is where you want to start with in your 90-day roadmap, in your 90 days, 3 months journey. This is where you want to start with. Learn a skill, but don't just select any skill. Select a skill that you want to learn strategically based on their demand in the market. Number two, based on how easy they are to learn. Number three, based on how easy it is to transition into that career path, meaning based on how abundant opportunities in that career path is. And number four, based on the projection of their salary. All right. So Do we understand the first step in your 90-day journey? Do we all understand the first step required in our 90-day journey? Give me a thumbs up if you understand and you're following. Give me a thumbs up if you understand and you are following. Give me a thumbs up if you understand and you are following. I want to be sure that really you are following. All right, great. Now, guys, this is a problem. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. This is where a lot of Africans get stuck. And I'm not going to assume, I'm going to ask you, have you, in fact, especially for the people that, raised their hand earlier or gave me a thumbs up that they have tried to learn a tech skill. After learning the skill, a lot of Africans, 70 to 75% of beginners get stuck and give up at this point. And in their head, they are like, oh, they told us to learn a skill. I have learned a skill. I still don't have a job. Then they get stuck and then they give up. And at the end of the day, they say things like, oh, tech is a scam. Tech is difficult. Tech is for smart people. Tech is this, tech is that. Because they gave up at the point of just learning a skill. But the truth of the matter is, if you remember, we said if you're getting into tech, you need to get into tech strategically. And part of the strategy that you want to apply requires that you do more than just learning a skill. Because guess what? Having the technical skills is not enough to land a job. If all you have is the technical skill, you are only 50%, halfway down the road. And that alone does not guarantee you a job. But a lot of Africans, they don't even know this. They think all they need to get into tech is the skill. That once you have a skill, you should get a job. How many of you have thought like this before? This had always been your thought process. You can give me a thumbs up. Don't worry, we're not going to judge you. Trust me, we are not going to judge you. We just want to know that what we are saying is right on point. Exactly. So you can begin to see that some people actually think like this, that all I need, and I don't blame them. The reason is because that is all they've been told. All right, that is all they've been told. But we've discovered that the people that get jobs are people who don't rely only on their technical skills. And you're going to find out you're going to find out the hard way if all you do is rely on your technical skills. So you don't stop at step one in your 90-day journey to landing your first tech job. You don't stop at step one. And we don't stop our students at step one. So every student of ours that comes into our program, following this roadmap, they usually have one more step to take after achieving step one, which is to learn a skill. And what is the second step? After you have applied and successfully completed your first step, you then need to go ahead to step two. Are we together, guys? You then need to go ahead to step two. Please give me a thumbs up if you are still following me. I want to ensure that this is interactive and engaging. I don't just want to be talking and talking and talking, and I'm not even sure if the people I'm talking to are following me. All right, so I want you to engage me. I want to hear back from you. Great, thank you very much. Let me see, what's your name? Yusuf Abdul Razak. Fantastic. Yes. So what then do you need once you have satisfied step one, learning a skill? You then need to be positioned. All right. You need to be positioned to become employable, because to be honest, that is what we want in the first place. The skills that we're trying to learn is a means to an end. And what is the end? To get a job. And for you to get a job in tech, you need to have access to employability empowerment. And this right here is what makes the difference. All right. So in our 3 months roadmap to landing a job, step two is where we position our students to become globally employable. And what are the things you need to become globally employable? First of all, your CV needs to be an opportunity magnet. All right. Your CV needs to be an opportunity pulse. And the only way that is going to happen is if your CV is fully optimized. All right. So you need CV assessment. So our students go through our CV assessment program where they learn a concept called CV job matching. Because the truth of the matter is, guys, now listen to this. If you don't know this before, I'm going to share this with you for free. The truth of the matter is, whenever you apply to a job, don't expect that that CV you used to apply to that job will be seen by a recruiter first. No. The first point of contact for your CV is not the recruiter that is hiring for the role. It is a robot called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. So an ATS system is first of all going to see and go through your CV and then scores your CV based on how well it matches the job description. If the score is below the benchmark set by the organization, your CV is going to get filtered out. It's going to get rejected by the system. And that is where you begin to get automatic rejections. You apply to a job, and in less than 10 minutes, you've gotten a rejection. And you are thinking, wow, that was so fast. Did the recruiter see everybody's CV in like 10 minutes? Truth of the matter is, the recruiter did not even see your CV. It was the ATS system that looked at your CV and saw that your CV did not score so well, and then it filters it out and triggers an automatic rejection mail that would be sent to you. So you need your CV to attract, not to attract really, to scale through the ATS. And the only way that can happen is if you successfully match your CV with the job description to at least a score of 85% to 95%. It is this kind of CVs that get through to the recruiters. All right, so you need to learn what is called CV job matching, where you match your CV with the job description and ensure that you score at least 85%. All right. So that is what you need to be employable. If you don't know how to do CV job matching, you only have a skill. You will not be able to use that skill to land a job. Another thing that you need that we give our students as part of their 90-day roadmap to landing a job is LinkedIn profile optimization. In this day and age, your CV should be bagging opportunities for you. You shouldn't be the one always running after opportunities. Your LinkedIn can literally be a magnet attracting opportunities. But there's a way you need to optimize your LinkedIn to ensure that whoever sees your LinkedIn profile, including recruiters, they are compelled to want to take a second look, and even more compelled to want to talk to you about a job opportunity. All right. So you need to be able to optimize your LinkedIn. All right. Let me show you, maybe as we progress, I'll show you some of the LinkedIn profile of some of our students so that you begin to see what I'm talking about. All right. Now, you also need what is called a project portfolio. A lot of us are just learning, but we don't have proof that we are learning. And a lot of recruiters these days, guys, and you want to really pay attention to this. All right. I'm sharing all of these things to you for free and you want to take it very seriously. A lot of recruiters these days are more interested in candidates that are proof of work compared to candidates who only have word of mouth to back up their experience. Now, you begin to wonder, a lot of organizations are asking for experience. And then like we see on the internet, a lot of memes going around, people saying, if you require me to have experience, but you don't want to hire me, how then do you expect me to have experience? The truth of the matter is nobody is out there to favor you. Nobody started a business to cater to your own needs. In fact, if I want to say it the way I really want to say it in my heart, even though it sounds somehow, but I'm going to say it regardless. Nobody cares about you. Every business is set up to make profits. Nobody is going to say, oh yeah, this guy does not have experience. Let me help him to have experience. Nobody is going to do that. All right. That is the truth that candidates need to start, coming to terms with. So if you don't have that kind of experience, you want to position yourself as somebody who actually does. There are alternative ways to gain experience outside working in an actual organization. And that kind of experience is what will help our students to build, all right, by building real world projects, real world solutions, adding it to their portfolio, and then adding it to their CV. And as a matter of fact, our students from day one, once they get into their program, on their CV, they add it as work experience so that you can have it on your CV that you have actually worked at Nebiant Analytics as maybe a data analyst, a data scientist, or a business analyst. Because the truth of the matter is, our students are not just learning. As they are learning, they are also working. All right, they are also working, and that is how you build experience. All right, it's not for you to say, oh, but I've not gotten a job before, how do they expect me to have experience? We know these problems, and that is why we are empowering our own students to stand out. And that's why whenever our students are done, anywhere they present themselves, they always stand out. Why? Because they have all the right employability empowerment to shine in the job market. Another thing you need, another thing we help our students to empower them is Upwork profile setup. Now, you're wondering, what is Upwork? Upwork is a freelance platform. So you don't want to work 9 to 5. You don't want to work for an organization. You want to work for yourself using your skills as a personal or private consultant. You can actually do that. It is not necessarily until you get an actual 9 to 5 that you can start working in tech. You can work as a freelancer. All right. But the problem with freelancing is that there is large competition. All right. There is large competition. And the only way to bypass that competition is by standing out. If you're unable to stand out, you just be swept under the carpet. All right. And how do you stand out? Your profile must be very compelling, such that any recruiter that sees your Upwork profile, they take a second look. All right. That means your profile on Upwork has to be fully optimized with the right keywords, the right projects, and the right setup. All right. That's another thing that we empower our students with, such that even before they land their first 9 to 5 job, they're already bagging freelance gigs. All right. Another thing that you need, which is very important, but a lot of Africans don't even pay attention to it, is mentorship. There is nothing as beautiful as navigating a journey as a beginner, and there's somebody always there for you to guide you, to hold you by the hand, to teach you how to do it and how not to do it. That way, your journey is shortened. You make less mistakes, you achieve more success. Why? Because there's somebody who is always guiding you. But guess what? Here at Nebiant Analytics, you don't have just somebody, you have people. All right. You have access to global mentors, not just one. You have mentors, people who are actually working in the field that you're trying to work in, who are going to mentor you throughout your journey. But it doesn't stop there. You also have access to these people for a lifetime, meaning that even after your program, you still have access to these mentors. Now, you have all of this and you have used it to land an interview. Do you know that if you don't have the right support system, you can actually blow that interview despite having the skill, having the right setup, having all of this? So you also need an environment that supports your journey through and through by interview preparation. That's another thing that we do that helps our students land jobs. Interview preparation. How does that work? There are two types of interview preparation setup that we have going on here at Navient Analytics. Number one, we call it interview simulation. Number two, we call it interview preparation session. Now, the interview preparation session, this is how it works. We're going to bring you in a session where we're going to talk about some tips, some tricks, some hacks that you can use to ace your interviews. That is interview preparation session. Now, once you have learned and mastered all these tips, these tricks, these hacks, these lessons, if you then have an interview, an actual interview that you need to go for, you will book an interview simulation session with us where we are going to act as the interviewer or the recruiter, and we are going to have that interview session with you first before you go and have the actual interview. We are checking for confidence. We are checking for things like confidence, um, technical, how you answer technical and non-technical questions. We will ensure that you are prepared. At least you are 95% ready before we even allow you to go for that interview. If we score you the first time and you're not there yet, we'll have another preparation session with you, after which we would have another simulation session with you. All of this in a bid to ensure that if you get an opportunity, you don't miss it or you don't mess it up because you were not prepared. All right. So we prepare you for any interview that you have, even after your program. So these are some of the things that you need, not just the technical skills. I'm sure by now you are beginning to see some of the things that are missing. Am I correct? Some of the things that are missing that a lot of people don't pay attention to, they just pay attention to the skills. I learn to code, I learn to do this, I learn to do that, but they don't pay attention to the main things that actually ensure that they get the job. Another thing, all right, another thing that we also do that our students have access to is our job reference program, meaning that we also directly refer our students to jobs. We have partner organizations, all right, that reach out to us seeking some of our talents, all right. They know that we train the best talents, and if the opportunity opens up in the organization, they reach out to us. Do we have anybody that can take up this opportunity? And obviously, we would refer our own students. We will not go outside the Nebians community. So some of our students get to enjoy this job reference opportunities. Whenever the opportunity open up, we will refer our students to take up those opportunities. And before they even go, before we send them to those organizations, we will prepare them to ensure that they represent us well. All right. And the last one on this list for now, is our on-the-job support. And this ensures that even after you've gotten the job and you are doing the job, you also have access to us to support you. You know, you never can tell. You might be stuck on a particular task. It probably is something simple, but you know, the human brain, the way it works sometimes, you're unable to find your way. You still have access to our in-house tech talents and tech experts to support you on the job. So you can see that the way it's looking now is that for you to get a job, for you to break into tech, you need to have end-to-end empowerment access. It's not just about learning skills. You also need some empowerment aspect to ensure that the skills you have, you are able to use it to transform your life. A lot of people stop at step one, but if you stop at step one, your chances of landing a job is very slim. You need to apply step two to ensure that whatever you are learning in step one, you are able to use it to land a job. Then you then go ahead to step three, which is then start applying to jobs with the right strategy you have learned using job matching with AI. And there's a rule of thumb here at Nebient Analytics. In fact, it has become so conscious that every of our students now know this by heart. You don't, and what's the rule? You don't apply to two jobs using the same CV. All right. In fact, to rephrase that, you do not use a CV twice. Any CV you have used before, you don't ever use it again. And the reason is very simple. A lot of people also miss out on this tiny, guys. It's very tiny. It's a very tiny, nuanced detail about applying to jobs. And a lot of people miss out on it. And you see that key little thing might be what is stopping you from getting your job, your dream job. Now, let me show you how that works. For every job posting, every job that organizations post, it could even be for the same role. Let me show you. In fact, I don't want to talk about this. Let me show, instead of saying, let me show you. Let me show you. Hopefully, you are able to see my screen. Give me 1 second. Can you see my screen, guys? I'm not sure if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? All right, great. So I'm trying to open LinkedIn. I will check. Great, great. I like that question. So I'm going to check for the same job. I'm going to check 2 different postings or 3 different postings for the same job. So let me see data analyst. Let's see something. Data analyst. So you can see some of the tiny things that people are missing out on. So guys, let me open this in a new tab and also open this in a new tab. And let me do 3. Let's do 3 so that it becomes very clear what I'm trying to, you know, push. Great. So the same job, guys, the same data analyst job, but let's see their requirements. Are they exactly the same? So this first job, they are looking for a data analyst. We're looking for a data analyst to join diverse team, someone who can turn data into decision, blah, 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 blah. Let's go to the job expectations. It says, analyze large data sets to identify trends, patterns, and actionable insights, blah, blah, blah. Develop and maintain dashboards and reports to track key product and financial metrics, activation, retention, churn, margins, etc. Number 3, partner with product managers to define, monitor, and evaluate KPIs for blah, 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 blah. You can go through all of this. Now, critical competencies. 3 years hands-on experience as data analyst, especially within the fintech or product-led organizations. Strong mastery or command of SQL and blah, blah, blah. Experience using data visualization, blah, 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 blah. Great. At least we've seen 1 or 2 things about this particular job. Let's go to job 2. Same data analyst. Guys, it is not something different. The same data analyst. This one is for fair money. Now, they are saying as a data analyst, you leverage analytical blah, 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 blah. Let's go to requirements. Guys, can you see, first of all, the number of years is not the same. So if you have a CV, now this is where it gets serious. A lot of people don't pay attention to this. You have a CV, and on your CV, you have written there 3 years of experience. And you have used it to apply to this job. You are good to go. Very fantastic to go. You now apply to another job, same data analyst, but that one says, I want 5 years of experience. You still carry that same CV that says 3 years experience. ATS, the ATS system will look at the number of years of experience you have. It will match it against the requirement. If it sees anything less than that 5, it's going to filter out your CV. And you will see something as little as just years of experience. Do you know that it could even be that even with your 3 years of experience, you can actually do the job of somebody who has 5 years of experience? It's actually very possible. So that means on the competency side, you are good to go. But ATS will tell you, Baba, you are going nowhere. Why? ATS is just a robot. ATS does not have emotion. It cannot say, and this guy looks like he can actually do this job. Oh, but this 5 years, let me just know. ATS is a computer, is a software. It doesn't have emotion. So if it's not getting that exact instruction that says, give me 5 years of experience, it's going to filter out your CV. All right. So look at it. This one, that one was saying, I think they said they want, let's see, preferably Python. They want Excel. But look at this second guy, same data analyst job. What are they saying? They want Google Sheets and Excel. There's nothing like Python here. Nothing like Python. You now use the same CV, guys, to apply to these 2 jobs. The same CV. And you don't have Python in the other one. You are just whining yourself. All right, let me speak like a Nigerian. So you can see the reason why it is very important that if you're applying to a job, you don't apply to different jobs with the same CV. So you need to learn what is called CV job matching. That is one of the things that is included in our program, not just learning data analysis, data science. You will learn the skills. The skills are good, but you also need to learn other things that are not just the technical skills. And this is exactly what sets our students apart, because they are going to learn these skills, which is good, but then they are also going to be empowered with other things. For instance, their CV is going to get optimized. Their LinkedIn optimized. They are going to create a project portfolio. They are going to create an Upwork profile. They have access to mentorship. They have access to lifetime interview preparation. We refer them to jobs, and then they would also learn other non-technical things like CV job matching. All right. So these are the things that you actually need if your goal is to land a job. And this is included in their first 90 days with us. Right. So in their 90 days roadmap, they are going to learn all these things. All right. So as part of step 3, we also recommend our students. All right. So this is different from referring. Referring is different from recommending. Referring you for jobs means somebody has an opportunity for a data analyst. We say, oh, we have somebody that can do it. You go and work for this organization. That means we are referring you to job. Now, recommendation means now these organizations need somebody to stand for you, to write recommendation letters for you. We also provide that for our students at no extra cost. All right, that is recommendation for jobs. And number 3 is that we also directly give access to our students to exclusive job openings. So while you are focusing on learning, we are going to be looking for jobs for you. We'll scrape the internet to look for jobs for you, and we'll be sharing them with you. So you focus on your learning. You can also look for jobs yourself, but we are also going to look for jobs for you. All right, because now this is why you might be wondering, why are these people so passionate about getting people jobs? Because this is our own work. This is what success means to us. If we bring you on board and the only thing you're able to achieve is to just learn the skills, we have actually not achieved our own goal. All right, because our goal is to ensure that Africans are represented in the global tech space. And it's not about I know how to do this. It's about actually having a job where you are working as that. That's when the Nebiant vision has been achieved. So that's why we go all out. We go out of our way to ensure that our students are well equipped to be able to align with the Nebiant vision. So, in your first 90 days, this is the roadmap that you need to follow. And this is the roadmap that our students have been adopting to land their first job in tech. Guys, with this, hope I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that it is possible for you to break into tech. You just need to do it the right way. If I've been able to do that, type a yes in the chat. If I've been able to do that, type a yes in the chat. That you can actually break into tech. You only need to do it the right and strategic way. And guys, we have quite a number of people who have followed this roadmap and they have been able to successfully transition. So let me just tell you, our time is fast spent. So I'll just probably share the story of about one or two of them, and then we talk about how you can follow in these people's footstep. All right. So this is Esther. All right. Uh, uh, Esther, at the time, I think she was working as an on-field health practitioner after graduating from the School of Nursing, and her job was very demanding, was very stressful, to be honest. On-field health practitioner, I don't know if anybody does that right here. There are these people that go when working for an NGO, they go from one field to another, collecting information, knocking on people's house. Have you collected your polio injection? Have you collected your Ds? So she was literally walking from one house to another, working as an on-field health practitioner until she was tired of that and she decided, you know what, I want more. I want to get into tech. And she did that by signing up for our data analytics program this year, February this year. And we exposed Esther to this same roadmap that I've just shared with you. The first 3 months of Esther's journey with us, she devoted her time to this roadmap. She was focused on this roadmap like her life depended on it. And as a matter of fact, maybe it did. All right. And guess what? Esther was able to achieve the desired result 3 months later, because in May 2025, Esther landed her first tech job. Now, Esther works as a monitoring and evaluation analyst at Prawa, Nigeria. You know what? Maybe I should show you that. Let me show you that. Let me show you Esther's LinkedIn so you can see, where Esther currently works. I think her name is Esther Okezie. Esther, is it Chikizie, not Okezie? So let me show you Esther's LinkedIn. All right. Let me show you Esther's LinkedIn. Esther's LinkedIn. In fact, look at what I'm saying. Look at what I'm saying. You see where I told you that as a student of Nebiant, you can actually put us in your work experience. You can see data analyst at Nebiant Analytics. Guys, can you see that? Can you see that? So this is one of the things that we advise our students to do. So let me see. I think Esther made a post one time. I think Esther made a post about our job one time. Congratulations to me. Okay, this was when she got a scholarship, all right, but she's now in the thing University of Suffolk now. But let me go to where she posted about our job. Let me go to where she posted about our job. Give me a second. You can see how Esther has been consistent on LinkedIn. You see how important it is to leverage LinkedIn. Let me see. Let me see. I think she posted. All right. Yes, this is the post I'm looking for. So, guys, uh, can we all see this post? Can you all see this post by Esther? Give me a thumbs up. Great. So I think this was when she posted about her job. Now, let me just read from here. I'll be fast so you can read it also. Early this year, I was just another broke health professional. Well, not all health professionals are broke, but I was broke. Shapa was showing me shege. You know that thing with salary and as where you finish your salary before 15 years, that was me, blah, blah, blah. The money was small. So by February, I told myself I was going to earn tech money. That was how I started searching online until I stumbled across Nebiant Analytics, blah, blah, blah. And the rest is history. Now, she says, I am not where I want to be yet. All right. I have not started earning in dollars. All right. This is just in full disclosure. Esther works for a company in Nigeria. All right. So, I have not started earning in dollars, but I'm going to tell you something. In 3 months of joining tech, I have what? I'm not going to read this myself. I have what? I have landed a good paying job. This is not about me or my job, but about you. All right. So Esther now, in fact, I like the fact that she's now sounding like an authority on LinkedIn because she obviously is now. She now works in tech, so she can sound as an authority as much as she likes. So that is Esther's journey. So Esther now currently works for a Nigerian company. All right, so that I'm putting it out there. She currently works for a Nigerian company as a monitoring and evaluation analyst. This is a data analyst job, but the niche is monitoring and evaluation. And she followed this same roadmap that I'm sharing with you. I wish I can talk about all of these people, all right? But time will not permit us. This is Oluwaseun, all right? Oluwaseun now currently works as a business analyst for an organization called Your Innovations Blog. We have a lot of them. This is Ugochi. Ugochi's story is, in fact, quite interesting because she, at some point, she got out of the corporate space. You know, I think there was a time she became a mom and she needed to resign her job and she left the corporate space to take care of her child. And when it was time to start working again, Ugochi told herself, I have a child now. I cannot be jumping down for and be battling Lagos traffic as a new mother. Ugochi now thought to herself, maybe I need to get into tech, start working from home and doing all of these things so that I can work and still take care of my family. And that was what she did. She decided it was time to join tech and she signed up for our business analysis program in February 2025. Guess what? In June, that's 4 months. Esther landed her own job in 3 months. Ugochi landed her own in 4 months, right? By June 2025, just 1 month after her training, Esther landed her own job while she was still in the training. But Ugochi finished her own training, and 1 month after her training program, she got a role as a business analyst at Marite Consulting. So Ugochi currently works as a business analyst. Let's see if I can find Ugochi on LinkedIn. What's her full name? Ugochi Watts. I'm not sure. Okay, this is a link. Let me click on this link. And once we send you this slide, you can also click on those links to check out these people. All right, so this is Ugochi's profile. Let's see what Ugochi currently does now. Let's see what she does. So she's a founder. In fact, I think she has founded her own company. I didn't even know about this, the Sustainable Edge. That's nice. Now, she also works as a business analysis instructor at Marite Consulting. Now, I also want to show you this. You can also see this one. She worked as a business, sorry. What is that? I don't know what I did. Let me see. What did I do? Okay, I think I clicked on Nebiant Analytics. Now, this is what I want to show you. You can also see, as part of our experience, that she worked as a business analyst for Nebiant Analytics. So these are the things that recruiters will see, and they'll say, "Oh, okay, this person has experience." So these are some of the things that you can use to stand out. While other people don't have experience to show, you have experience to show. So I can go on and on and on and share the story about all of these people. We have quite a lot of them. This is Naomi, a lot of them. This is Udwak, this is Ellen. Udwak currently works with Sparkle Nigeria, one of the biggest fintechs in Nigeria. I think Sparkle is owned by Wema Bank. I'm not really sure. She works with the fintech arm of Wema Bank as an application support engineer, and she got that job after our training program. In fact, I think she was still in our internship with us when she landed that job. Ellen Okai also works as a marketing data analyst right now, and she got the job, I think, in January this year, after completing her training with us. So these are people who wanted to get into tech the same way you want to get into tech right now, and they did it the right way and the strategic way. We have a lot of them, but I think you've heard enough. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, but guys, what do you think? I think you've heard enough about other people. Or do you want me to keep going on? Do you want me to keep going on? Have you heard enough about other people, or you want me to keep going on? All right, so we have quite a lot of them, and you can go through all of these people's, you can their details, you can reach out to them, you can, connect with them if you want. All right, and I've also included a link, a slide that has some portfolios from our students. All right, you can click on any of these links to view any of our students' portfolio. And this is to show you how important it is to have a portfolio if you are trying to break into tech. But now, this is where we want to, bring you on board to our next course, all right? So that you get to be the next set of people whose story I'm sharing like this. So what can Nabians do for you so that you are also able to navigate your tech journey? We have a new cohort that will be starting on the 8th of November. I think that should be in 2 or 3 weeks time from now. I'm not so sure. But we have a new cohort starting on the 8th of November. And if you want to be like these people who have been able to successfully break into tech, following our 3 months framework, our 3 month roadmap, what you want to do to help yourself is to sign up for this program. All right. Now, but for you, instead of 3 months, it's going to be a 4 month journey. It's going to be a 4 month journey where you can also have an internship experience. All right, it's not enough to just learn. In those periods you're learning, you are working, but we also thought about how you can have like an actual workplace experience where you are actually working, you are doing stand-up, you are doing meetings, you are doing progress reports. In fact, if possible, if I'm your manager, I can even shout at you, but don't worry, we don't shout at team members here. But just to give you a feel of how you can actually work as a data analyst or a business analyst or a data scientist, not just from a learning point of view, but from an actual work experience where you have projects you are working on. You have to deliver by a specific time. You have meetings to attend, not just classes. All right. So instead of 3 months, your journey is going to be 4 months. All right. And your classes are going to hold on Saturdays. It's going to be a weekend and a mix of weekend and weekday sessions. Your Saturday classes will hold 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And mind you, this is fully online. All right, it's fully virtual. So you don't need to stress yourself about, journeying from your house to your learning center or being constrained to a specific, quota of instructors that are only confided in one areas. All right, you don't need to have your instructors confined to one areas. You can have instructors, the best of instructors from across the nation, in fact, from across the world. All right, so it's going to be an online learning experience. Saturdays, you get into class with your instructors from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you're not just learning theory. All our programs are project based, they are hands-on. You are working, you are getting your hands dirty. Theories cannot help you in the real world. You need to know how it is done, and that's how our programs are structured. All right. But then on Sundays, to prepare you for the class you'll be having on Saturdays, you are going to have a set of instructional videos that will prepare you for class on days. So you watch those videos from Sundays to like Friday night, and by that time you are already ready for class. And then you get into class on Saturday and you begin to solve problems based on everything you've learned. And then on Tuesday you have another session, but it's going to be at night. You must have gone to work and come back and get into class, get into the session with your instructor again from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And the purpose for this session is to be able to ensure that you don't have any technical issues. So you're going to get technical support. Maybe the software you're working on, is giving you some issues. Your instructor is able to help you and support you. All right. Then on Thursdays is when you meet with your mentors. We strongly believe in mentorship. We believe that you can only go so far without a mentor. But with a mentor, your limits are undefined. If you have somebody who is guiding you, who is mentoring you, who is ensuring that you are doing it the right way, your limit is unbounded. All right. So we strongly believe in mentorship here at Nebient Analytics, and that's why mentorship is a big part of your training. So every Thursday, you have a meeting with your mentors. All right. You're going to meet with different mentors as you progress in your learning journey here at Nebient Analytics. So 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Thursday. All right. You're going to meet with your mentors every Thursday. That's why you talk about, how to, ace interviews, how to deal with imposter syndrome when things are getting overwhelming. How do you navigate that journey? You learn from their experience. You get to ask them, what did you do? How did you do it? How did you go from this to this? Very, very important questions that can help you in your tech journey. So that is the structure of class. So if you want to get on board, if you want to start your tech journey, this is a program that you don't want to miss. You want to empower yourself. All right. And you can select any of our program. If you want to be a data scientist, you can select data science. If you want to become a data analyst, you can select our data analytics program. If you want to become a business analyst, you can select our business analysis program. And our program costs 350,000 naira originally. All right. 350,000 naira. But for people on this course, I think I saw a question there. Are there cost implications? Obviously, there's going to be cost implications. It's a 4 months journey that you're committing yourself to. All right. So you need to commit yourself financially. All right. So originally, our program cost 350,000 naira for any of our program, any of them, data science, data analytics, or data or business analysis. Originally, the price for our program is 350,000 naira. But there are some people on this call who can take this program away at a discount. All right, at a discount. All right. So instead of paying 350,000 naira, we'll be waiving off 100,000 naira tonight. All right. We'll be waiving off 100,000 naira tonight, and you can sign up for the program by paying only 250,000 naira only. And it gets better. You don't need to pay the entire 250,000 naira tonight. This is where it gets juicy. In case you're wondering, oh, do I need to pay the entire 250,000 naira tonight? No, you don't need to, because you can take advantage of our installment plan where you get to break down the discounted amount into 3 installments to make it easy and flexible for you to manage. All right. And how does this installment work? All you need to do to take advantage of the discount tonight is to make one of the installments. All right. If you complete one of the installments, you have taken advantage of the discount. And then 1 month after, you have 1 month to complete your second installment. And then 1 month after your second installment to complete your third installment. So you have 1 month in between each installment. That makes it easy for you to take advantage of the discount. So with your first installment, you have taken advantage of the discount, and then you have 1 month to complete your second installment, and then 1 month after that to complete your third installment. So you don't need to pay the entire 250,000 naira tonight. So if you're taking advantage of the discount, you can make direct transfer if you want to. You can make direct transfer to the account number you can see on your screen. It's a Sterling Bank account. All right, it's a Sterling Bank account. Make that payment. You don't need to pay the entire 250,000, and if you want to, why not? You can just go and chill and get ready for class. All right, so secure your discount with the first installment, and then we'll be sharing the enrollment form with you. But make sure you send us a proof of payment. But now I can see some questions, all right, and I'm going to address that first so that people that are interested can you know can take advantage of it. So some people want to take advantage of the discounts, all right, that I'm making available tonight. But I can see some people saying they don't even have the entire 85,000 naira tonight, all right. They don't have the entire 85,000 naira tonight to complete the first installment. So this is what I'm going to do for those set of people, because if you are saying that, it only means that truly you are ready for a change and you want to transform your life by enrolling in this program. All right, and we live for that. We live for empowerment. So this is what I'm going to do. All you need to do tonight, the only action that you need to take tonight to still be able to secure the discount, is to at least, out of your first installment, if you are able to pay 30,000 naira out of your first installment, which means that you have 55,000 naira left to complete for your first installment. With 30,000 naira, you are able to secure the discount, and then you have more time before the program starts to complete your first installment. So you secure your discount, ensuring that you are not part of the people that will be paying 350,000 naira. You want to secure the discount slot. With 30,000 naira tonight, you've secured it, and then you have 55,000 naira left of your first installment, and you can complete that before the end of the month or before class starts on the 8th of November. All right. So anyone you're doing, go ahead and do so. And please don't forget to send us a proof of payment. All right. Please don't forget to send us a proof of payment. We would like to share the enrollment with you. We'd like you to enroll immediately so that you don't wait. You don't wait. All right. So secure the discount and then share a proof of payment with us. You can send it to any of the number you can see on your screen. All right. If you want to send it to us to our official WhatsApp, do so 07015647028. That's our official WhatsApp. Send a screenshot of your proof of payment to that WhatsApp, and then we'll be guiding you through the next steps. And we can't wait to see you in class and be able to help you achieve what others have been able to achieve by applying our 3 months Nebian framework to landing a high-paying tech job. All right, so do so and send us a proof of payment, and we'll get right into it. So this is where I answer some questions. All right, please, if you have a question for me, all right, I'd like you to ask those questions now. You can raise your hand. Let me show you how to raise your hand. You see the icon that looks like a palm, all right? If you press on that icon, I'm going to see you raise your hand, and then I will call you. And once I call you, please unmute your mic. Once I call you, please unmute your mic and you can speak. All right, unmute your mic and then you can speak. Give me a second. Let me allow you to open your mic. Not sure. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure why I can't see this. Please give me a second. Okay, I've seen it. All right, so I can see some hands raised. All right, please, if I don't call your name, please don't unmute your mic so that we can have some decorum. All right, so the first person I want to call is Eruke Asore. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. You would forgive me. But Asore, please go ahead and unmute your mic and ask me your question. After which would have Adebisi Temitope Oni. So Eruke, please go ahead. Unmute your mic and speak. Let me see some questions in the chats. Nancy, it is online. It's an online program, and I think I've mentioned why we, resorted to online training for two reasons. Number one, to make it flexible for you. I mean, you want to get a virtual job. You want to get a job where you can do remotely. So yeah, it only makes sense if you are also able to learn online. And second reason is we don't want to be confined to instructors in a specific region. All right, if we work on site, it means that we can only get, for instance, if we have an office in Lagos, a physical office in Lagos where our students have to come and train, it means that we are only able to get instructors in Lagos. All right, but what if there's a particular instructor in Abuja? In fact, we have some instructors that live in Abuja that are top talents in Nigeria. All right, and we're only able to get those people because we can get them to work remotely. Right, so that's why we are, working online. So I think Eruke is not. So Chidiadi or Temitope, please, you can go ahead. Oni Temitope, before we have other people. Oni Temitope, please, you can unmute your mic and ask your questions. Let me take a look at the charts. All right. All right, so I think Oni Temitope is not able to speak. Chidiadi Gift, are you able to speak? Chidiadi Gifts. Hi Gifts. Chidiadi Gift, are you able to speak? You can unmute your mic.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, Gift.
Good evening. Can you hear me now? Good evening.
Yes, I
My
can.
question is okay, I'm new to tech, so I want to know the difference between the data analyst, business analyst, and so I know the one I can apply for.
Okay. All right. To make it very, cause that's is something that you spend months learning. We don't have months, obviously. Data analysts only help businesses understand their data and help them gain insights from that data to be able to make better decisions. All right. So they take a look at data, find out some hidden patterns in that data that the business can use to make informed decision. While data scientists will take that further by helping businesses to predict future occurrences with that data. So they don't just stop at uncovering hidden insights. They also go further by using that data to predict future occurrences. For instance, if you see on your phone, there's a weather app on your phone that will tell you expect rain tomorrow. It's going to rain tomorrow. That was only achievable because there's a weather prediction model that is running that is able to tell when that is able to tell what is happening or what is going to happen in the next day or in the next 3 days or in the next 7 days. That is data scientists at work. All right. For business analysts, they
Okay.
work as business analysts work or business analysts work as uh, uh, overseer of the business goals. They ensure that the business achieves its goals. So if a business wants to, if they have a goal and they don't know how to achieve it, whether from the technical standpoint or from the human standpoint, it's the job of the business analyst to understand, to analyze the requirements that it takes for these goals to be achieved, and then they supervise its execution. That's just in a nutshell. But when you get into the program, you get to understand these things, in depth. Do you understand, Gift?
Okay. I do. I do. Thank you.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. So, based on at least this short explanation I've given so far, which one of the three do you think aligns very closely to your own interests?
I think business analyst.
Business analyst. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So you can actually still you can register for the business analysis program. The fact that you register for a program does not mean that if later you decide to change your mind, that you will not be allowed. All right. So if you find the business analysis training program very interesting right now, you can register for it so that you're able to secure your discount, and then you can book us for a clarity session where we can get into all of this in details. All right. So you can register for, and then um, you know, we can have a clarity session with you where we'll talk about it in detail. And if you need to change your mind, you are very welcome to. You understand?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
So you'll be registering tonight, right? Should I be expecting to sign you up?
Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
so you are not taking advantage of the discounts.
We are counting on money. Don't worry,
All
we'll
right.
register when we are buoyant.
All right. Oni Okay, I think I've called Adebisi Temitope and she wasn't responsive. Temitope, are you able to speak now? Are you able to speak now, Temitope? Okay, I think not. All right. So, let's see. Do we have any more questions in the chat? I feel business analysts can help one to be a business developer too. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. uh, Odegu Gift, you have a question. You've not typed it. Do you want to speak? I'm not sure if you're still on the call. Odegu Gift, are you able to speak or do you want to type it? I'm not sure if Gift is still on the call. All right, I'm not sure if, okay, I think Gift is still on the call. Hi, Gift, you want to unmute your mic and ask me your question?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Um, I actually signed in or registered for this program because I thought it's actually a scholarship training. According to the advert I saw on Facebook, that was why I actually registered for the course. Because I'm not really financially buoyant right now to sign up for the course. So what are we supposed to do now?
All right. Thank you for that question. So I'm not sure where you got the ad, but are running a discount, not a scholarship, which you can as well maybe also interpret as a scholarship. All right, a 100% off scholarship, but we did not literally, put out an ad for a scholarship. Right now, we are not running any scholarship. All right, maybe there was a misconception somewhere, and apologies for that, but we are not running a scholarship. But what we are doing to empower people to ensure they are able to, take up this, even if they need some sort of support, is to ensure that number one, we are discounting our price, our fee, and not just that. What would have taken you 350,000 naira, we're saying you can achieve the same thing with 250,000 naira, and even better, you can split that 250,000 naira and pay 3 times. Right, so instead of paying the 250,000 naira once, which might be difficult for some people, all right, to make it easy, why not break it down into 3 instrumental payments? So instead of paying once, you can pay 3 times. So if this is what you really want, I think you can take advantage of that. Is that fine, Gift?
No problem. Look into that within the week and try to make payment. Thank you.
All right. So what you can do, all right, Gift, what you can do is reach out on WhatsApp. So we'll see what we can do for you, because the discount is available tonight. If you miss out on the discount, it means that you might have to start thinking of paying 350,000. All right. But we don't want that to happen to you. We don't want that to happen to you. So reach out on WhatsApp, and then we'll see how we can still support your learning journey. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All
Good night.
right.
Good night.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. All right. So any more question? I see some people's hand is still raised. God's own and Olufemi. So maybe Olufemi, please go first, and then we can have God's own.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to say that I really appreciate your efforts in helping to get Africans and especially Nigerians onto the data space in the world. And I really appreciate your love for humanity. I can feel your love, even if I don't know you before, for you to have been able to offer such a massive engagement or massive support at the rate of 350,000, even given 100,000 naira off, and even allowing it to be paid instrumentally, says a lot about your love for humanity. Thank you so much. But like some individuals have indicated, Nigeria is a peculiar space. We all know what the situation of things are in Nigeria now. I want to plead that you may not take the discount off for only this night. Supposing you allow it to maybe till Monday, and individuals who want to make registrations can struggle to make a commitment, say by Monday, it will really allow you to get more individuals on board, and it would go a long way to assist many of us who are very interested but may not be able to make payments this night. So I'm only craving your indulgence. I quite appreciate or acknowledge your sacrifices so far, but craving your indulgence to perhaps allow till Monday. If that is possible, it will be highly appreciated. My two sons are on the screen with me, and the two of them have left secondary school, and I really love that they key into the program. So that's my personal appeal to you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. And I think it's very thoughtful that you're speaking for um you're speaking for not just yourself but a lot of people. All right, that's very thoughtful. Um speaking to whether the discount can be left till Monday. So the actual idea is that the discount is given to people who are really interested, all right? Because we want to have a regulated environment. We imagine where you come into class and you're meeting 100 people in class. Even though we have professionals who are able to manage that number, we still don't want to have that situation, all right? So we want to have a class that is regulated so that learning experience can be seamless, all right? And one of the ways we can, you know, capture people that are really interested in the program who can, because one of the things that will drive success at the end of the day is interest. If you have the money to do something and you're not interested, you might not really be able to maximize it, because at the end of the day it's just 250,000 naira. As that might sound like such huge amount of money to some people, to some other people that's just like chicken change that they can spare in case at some point, they figure, I'm not interested. And but we don't want to have that situation, because at the end of the day, your success is literally our success. If you're able to land a job, what it's saying is we have done our job well. Right. So we want to have such regulated environments. And that's why we want to capture people that are really ready to put in the work. And those are the kind of people that we want to work with. All right. And as much as that's really our core, we still want to be able to help any kind of persons who really want this program. And that's why we have made it so flexible, such that even with 30,000 naira tonight to commit yourself to the program, you are still able to secure the discounts. All right. So you don't even need to pay the entire 250,000 naira tonight. We have people who have actually paid the 250,000 at once. All right, we have people like that already, and there are people who had already paid the first installment. All right, so but we cannot say, oh, that should be able to apply to everybody. All right, that would be very outrageous. So what are we doing for people who really want to, but it's a challenge to pay the entire 250,000 naira tonight, or even the first installment, to still ensure that we capture people that are really interested and people that want this. With 30,000 naira tonight alone, with just 30,000 naira, you can secure that discount and just have that as buffer. And then you have all the time before the program starts. All right, before the program starts, to complete only your first installment and leave the rest till the next month. All right, the following month. So I believe strongly, I believe, even though you might want to disagree, but I believe that that is so considerate. And if anybody that really wants this should be able to secure it, um, even if all they can secure it with is the 30,000 naira tonight. I hope that in any way answers your question or helps in any way. Okay, I'm not sure he can hear me, but I think we are going to proceed with other people. Juliet, please go ahead, Juliet. You can unmute your mic, Juliet. Okay. Um, Favor Oyiga. Apologies if I didn't pronounce that right. Favor
Sorry.
Oyiga, please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah,
Hi.
it's Juliet.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please, I want to really know about the discount. You mean want to be clarified? Like, if someone should
Okay.
pay 30,000 tonight, then this discount of 250 is applicable to the person. But if the person fails to pay the 30,000 tonight, the person will be paying the total of 350,000. I want to know.
You have said it exactly as it is. You're really following. I like that. Yes, that's exactly the situation.
Oh God.
So Julia,
Hmm.
just see it as how I would see it is instead of, I mean, everybody wants to have comfort, but discomfort yourself for the kind of comfort you're going to have in the future. All right. I mean, the people say that nothing good comes easy. All right. Even though we've tried to make this as easy as possible. All right. But if it's going to cause a little discomfort, I think is worth it for the kind of comfort that lies ahead. I would say that it's worth it. So I would really urge you, if you want to discomfort yourself, because I know that is what most people are worried about. It's not like the 30,000 naira is not available or the 250,000 naira. It's just going to cause a little discomfort. Maybe they won't be able to buy the shawarma they like to eat on Sundays, or they won't be able to buy that cloth, that jean. But yeah, it's a decision between immediate comfort or future and long-lasting comfort. But at the end of the day, the decision is yours. We can only provide the environment to thrive, but you have to enable us to do that. All right.
If it was something like maybe 10,000 or maybe 15, I think we would have, many people would have tried that tonight, but the 30,000 could be someone's salary that the person is expecting on Monday. So that's just what I want to say. But then it's okay, Sha. Let's see how it goes.
All right, Juliet. Okay. Is Favor able to speak now? Favor, you said you have a question. Are you able to speak now?
Okay, yes, I have a question. Good evening,
Please go
sir.
ahead.
Okay,
Good
my
evening.
question is, mm, my question is, this data analytics, data science, or deep analysis, do I really need a laptop to be able to practice or have the skill? Because right now I only have a phone.
Okay, beautiful question, Juliet. Thank you very much. And I think the answer to that question would also help someone like Maria and Moses. I wanted to answer their question, but now, this is where it gets funny because I really want you to register for this program. I really do, to be honest. But I'm also going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to deceive you into anything. I could have easily said, you know what, don't worry, even with your phone, you can register, but that would be a blatant lie. Not that you cannot gain value by using your phone, but you will not be able to get the best out of the program if you don't have access to a laptop. Because remember, here at Nebiant Analytics, we are doing it differently. We are not just training you. Our for us to say we have done our job is if you are able to be positioned for a job. It's not just to say I know how to do Excel. There are thousands of people who know how to do Excel online. Go and ask people. Thousands and millions of people can actually use these tools, but that's not what we are set up for. We are set up for you to be able to apply these skills in a real world organization. So, and the only way that can happen is if you are practicing consistently. So, you need access to a laptop for that to happen. Mind how I didn't say you need to have your own laptop. I said you need to have access to a laptop. So, what am I saying? Even if you don't have a laptop of your own, if you are able to get someone to, lend you the laptop once in a while to practice what you have learned in class, you can still enroll in the program. But if you don't have a laptop and you still don't have anybody in the entire world that can give you their laptop once in a while and then you return, then don't sign up for the program, all right? Because you will maybe get a little value, but the kind of value we expect you to get, you might not be able to get it without access to a laptop. So my advice to you would be, even if it's a friend or a colleague or a neighbor or an enemy, all right, I know that sounds stupid, but even if it's an enemy that you can get a laptop from once in a while to practice, please do so and sign up for the program. At the end of the day, the kind of money you'll be making after you have empowered yourself, you'll be able to buy yourself a laptop and the enemy that borrowed you his laptop to be able to upscale. So that would be my advice. And the same goes to Maria and Moses.
Okay,
Does that answer
sir.
your
Thank
question?
you very much.
Or you're welcome. So what's the situation? Are you able to get a laptop from someone at all?
No, I'm not.
So nobody has a laptop close to you.
No, I'm not able
Not
to
even one
get.
person. Okay. All right. That's totally understandable. All right. I think Favor has spoken. Juliet has spoken. Right? I'm not sure, but please, if any of these names have not spoken, please let me know. Itsunu's Kitchen. Sorry. Favor raised the hand again. Please go ahead, Favor. Favor, this is the second time I'm calling you and you're not speaking, so I might not call your name again. Or Latunde Gbadebo, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes. Thank you for the insight. Ayobami.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I just want to, in between your slides, I was going through your slides, and then you mentioned of a 3 months training plus internship plus 1 month internship training also, which we mentioned of the 3 months will be virtual, but the 1 month also will it be that's for the internship, will it be virtual? Or because normally internship used to be practical aspect of a program or whatever, I think.
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay. So
all right. So for the internship, you would also be working remotely. All right. So that's going to be your first introduction to remote work. Because listen, at the end of the day, what we are positioning our students for is to be able to get remote jobs from global companies. All right. So this is going to be your introduction to remote working. You're going to get access to remote working tools. You're going to be able to work with Jira. You're going to be able to work with collaboration tools to deliver your task and all of that. So this will give you the experience that you need to be able to work remotely.
Okay. All right. Now I got you.
Oh,
thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. So have you registered for the program?
Of course, I will this night. I will.
All right. So I would urge that you do so and send us the proof of payment so that you don't, for some reason, miss out. So you can do that as we speak, so that you let me know, and then I can take down your details. All right.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
all
you.
Right. So just let me know immediately you're done. I can see somebody raised their hand earlier, but I think they dropped it. So maybe their question has been answered already. And I think we can call it a day here. Let me see if I have question. Muche Ugu, how flexible could this program be for a nursing mother? In fact, I shared a story of Ugochi, who was a nursing mother at the time. All right. So the program is very flexible for a nursing mother because classes hold on Saturday. Weekday sessions hold on weekday sessions hold by night. So, it's self-paced. Classes are recorded. You have access to your instructors. All of it is to cater to, working class people, nursing mothers. So very flexible, very, very flexible. All right. Okay, so I can still see some hands. Olufemi Oladimeji, please go ahead.
Please, you've not shared your account number.
I have on the screen, but let me do that in the chat also. A colleague of mine ought to actually have done that, but no issues. I'm going to do that.
The form
0098999047. Nebiant Analytics.
Again, please.
And it is Sterling Bank. All right. But beyond the account number, also the phone number that you need to send your proof of payment to is also very important. All right, so let me send that also to you, 07015647028. So please send it to these WhatsApp numbers, or if you want to send it to me directly, this is also my number. All right, hope that helps.
Please, your number once again.
07065782532. Ayobami. So just send me the screenshots of, or maybe a PDF or whatever you use to capture transfers done. So just send it tonight and then be guiding you through the next steps. All right, so let me go through the chat box one more time to see if there are questions for me. Yes, Moses, it's the prerequisite is a laptop. You actually need to have a laptop, please. If you don't have a laptop or access to a laptop, it's not recommended that you register because you might not be able to get the best out of this program. Ahunaya Stanley. First of all, Stanley, are you still on the call? I'm just seeing your question now. Ahunaya Stanley, please, are you still on the call? Give me a thumbs up if you're still on the call. I'm not sure I got that. Can Olutundun, can you mute your mic? Is it Olutundu now? Please mute your mic. Ebenezer or Novo? Ebenezer, please go ahead. I will take that last question and then Olutundu, please. Okay, very good. Ebenezer, please go ahead. Good evening. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me? All right, thank you. My question is, can someone secure the slots with 30,000 and then probably after since the skill is promising and certainly the person would land the job and complete payment upon landing the job?
No, we don't do that. We don't
I don't
do
know if
that.
you get me.
Yeah, I get you, but we don't have that kind of arrangement here at Nebiant Analytics. All right, that's just the short answer to that.
No problem.
All right. So from the look of things, I think I have captured all the questions in the chat box. I'm going through it one last time. All right, so I think I have captured all the questions in the chat box. So thank you very much one more time for taking time out to be with us tonight. I know it's a weekend, but you still decided to give time for personal and self-development. That's a really good one. Let me give you guys your flowers. For those that are yet to secure their slots for the discounts that are yet to register for the program, I urge you to still do so tonight, all right, so that you don't miss out on the discounts. All right. For those that are securing the discounts, I'm not sure if you have done so or if you will be sending me a message tonight. Please just give me a thumbs up so that I don't close the discounts. Give me a thumbs up. You are still securing the discount. You'll be sending me a message tonight. Give me a thumbs up so that I don't close out. All right. So I expect from Olufemi. All right, great. Who else apart from Olufemi? Okay, Stanley as well. So I would be expecting your message. So do well to send me a message early enough, and that will be that. We can't wait to have you in class. All right. Good night, everybody. I wish you a wonderful night rest. Bye, everyone.